Here, we got to do this move. Let's readjust. Hey, what's going on there, everybody? We got beer today, too. All right. Hola, and welcome to What the F.A.Q, episode
something
13 or something. We're done.
yeah.
I've already screwed it. We're already out of the algorithm. I don't care, though. So, welcome. Weekly question and answer show. You ask us a question, we answer it right here at Flipside Music, the Great American Guitar Store. We're part of Primetime Guitar Thursdays. We started at 4 o'clock. Then it goes over to Texas Toast Guitars. Go check those guys out. And then over to Dylan Talks Tone for Dylan Talks Tony things.
Yes. You did pretty good with that, with all the beeping. That's pretty
Yeah.
good. I was waiting to see how bad it was gonna trip you.
That thing is.
You did pretty good.
I've been in here enough with that stupid thing.
That's just part of it now.
Yeah. So if you guys hear, I'm sure you could pick that up. The loud beeping in the background. That's
It's a really giant microwave.
right. A huge microwave. They're doing the grid ceiling in the main room. So if you happen to hear loud beeping or cumbia or Tejano music, that's what's happening, which is awesome. So, there we go. Yeah, I was gonna say, let's get some lights going. Actually, you put those lights on and we look darker. Let's do that. How's that? Oh, that's shit too.
Yeah, but it looks better in here now. On there.
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, that looks better.
So, interesting. Yeah, all right.
Yeah.
What the? Oh, sorry. We'll turn that off. I'm like, what is?
Double cast.
Oh, jeez. It's been
Now live and double cast.
Welcome everybody that's here. Only a few are shown up so far, and we appreciate it. So, welcome to this week's chat. I don't really have a topic, so we're going to just, I don't know, chat about something. We'll figure some shit out and go from there.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I was gonna say, considering how much the last video blew up, we're assuming it was topic based. Is why it blew up.
Definitely topic.
Yeah. So it gives us basically a clue as to a good video for the future. Eventually, we're gonna do like the guitars, the guitar employee side of things, guitar store employee side of things, of like the other side of etiquette.
We could do a video on
because we've even though we don't do a lot of the things, we've heard quite a few things from customers obviously everywhere that have seen some shit. So
and friends of ours that work at other stores.
Yes, yeah.
And it's funny because there's very similarities between the most expensive guitar, just leaning up against something and walking away.
Right.
Anyway, we are not going to go through that again, but we appreciate everybody showing up. So this week, I don't know what we're going to chat about, but we're here. So I want to throw it at you guys first. Ask us a couple questions, or we'll try to see it because our internet is incredibly shitty right now. So I don't know what's going on, but
yeah,
it's just happening. So,
well, anything you're aware of that? Oh, there we go. Actually, as soon as I give up on it, it works.
That's about right. So let's say hello to everybody.
Yeah, let's see who's hanging out.
See who's here already.
Loads. If it loads. Well, it almost worked.
Yeah. A lot of activity going on.
Okay, well, today. Yeah, we'll do the shout out segment as soon as the chat refreshes.
I might have to close that door because those guys are back there chatting too. Oh, look at all, look. Okay, I wonder if the internet's effed because we just got a whole bunch of messages. I can't even keep. Howdy. I can't read any of that until we get this going. Yeah, so if you're new here, the new subscribers that jumped on board because of the last video, this is about par for the course.
Yeah, maybe not for this many interruptions, but yeah.
Right, this is incredibly going to shit. But, so, here's the thing, we did get some good news that the cable has been dug underground here.
Yes.
So it's hanging off the side of the building currently.
So what he's saying is we're less than 2 weeks away from this bullshit being over.
We can get past this nonsense of worrying about.
We're gonna hardwire everything.
Yeah, we're gonna. Yeah, it's going to be so much better.
Yes.
So hopefully by next week, I'm not sure if it's going to happen by Thursday, but if not next Thursday, the Thursday after at least, we will probably actually be back to normal, using a computer for all the stuff we need to do. And hopefully we can use our live streaming application so
Yes.
we can have some fancy graphics. And,
Yeah, we can actually do this for real instead of having to kind of make do, because we've kind of just been making do with trying to do the best we can with what we've got. But
basically how we've grown the business.
yes, exactly. Yeah.
We're just doing the best with what we got.
Yeah, the best we can with what we have, with where we're at the time.
Yeah, so we're getting there though. All right, so who do we got in here? Ben Coombs, I see him in there.
Well, here we'll start at the
My
top.
knees
Yeah.
hurt.
We got Alan in there. We got Paul. Oh, Greg's in there. Or
Greg
no,
who?
never mind, different Greg. I thought it was Mola Greg for a minute. He was
Oh.
in the last one.
All right.
But yeah,
See
we got
Doug Santaniello. What's happening, Doug?
Brody's Jam Cave. We got nothing here. We got, is that Valerie?
Valerie Bat Music.
Yeah. Oh, Joy's in here. We got Professor Chaos and Driddle. Hey, Driddle. Driddle made it.
Hey, Driddle. What's up, man? Driddle, Paul McNary's in here. Good to see. My knees hurt. That's somebody new.
Yeah,
I'm not familiar,
I was
but
say he's usually
awesome.
on a lot of Ben's stuff, I think.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, he I think he said something about skateboarding, and that's why his knees hurt, hence his name.
Ah,
So
I went
former
to,
skateboarder of some kind.
I went to a whole different place. So
Oh yeah, no, you could, yeah.
I went
Yeah.
right to Dirty Town. You know.
Different kind of low hanging fruit.
Yeah. All right.
We already say Professor Chaos.
Alan says, "How about a remodel update?" So Al,
As you can hear.
as you can hear, things are happening.
Yes.
There's plenty of dudes milling a boot.
Yes, there's modeling and remodeling.
That means about, Ben's the only one that knew what I was saying.
a boot.
A boot. They're applying decals.
Yep.
They drove up on their Mazda and they're applying decals to the,
For Mazda.
yeah. I think they had pasta for lunch. Ben says he hears worker beeping.
Yes.
That is true. Like I said, if you missed it, they're installing the grid wall, or not the grid wall, the grid ceiling up there now. So they did drywall and texture. I would give you guys a walkthrough, but
Yeah, we literally be
there's
right
a
in the middle of their
there's a
shit.
lot there's a lot going on, so we're
Yeah.
not going to get in there. But over the next week or so, next week you'll probably see some changes in here too. We're gonna get to getting this place.
Yeah, we're getting real close.
Yeah, you can see there's
Other things change.
Blues Junior over there. There's also there's a guitar, my new guitar. I'll show you that if you guys want.
Oh, did you bring that over here? Mm-hmm. Nice.
I just bought it off of Reverb.
Reverb.
And it's pretty cool, and I like it. So far, I like it.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to see it, you let me know, and I'll get it out of the I'll get it out of its hole.
We do have a rug. It's just not very big yet.
Yeah. So that's
just
we've
the
been
drum rug.
rehearsing. We've been rehearsing in this room. I had rehearsal last night. We got a charity event on Saturday night. So if anybody's in Denver and has nothing to do, I don't even know. I think it's sold out, but Soil Dove Underground, we're doing the Blue Star Connection charity event. We're opening up for Rick Estrin. So it's a blues kind of thing. So if you got nothing to do, you can come out and watch me murder some tunes. Actually, we sounded pretty good last night. I was pretty happy.
You felt better about it?
Yeah.
Oh, that's good. Good.
So I plugged in the ODR1 because I'm like, all right, I'm gonna test this out. Yeah, it was.
Somebody traded
It's won
in.
itself a spot.
The big one?
Mhm.
Oh, okay. Yeah. So I thought you were saying that you were going to give up the little guy for the big guy for the
I did.
base. Okay,
Because
cool.
somebody traded one in a few
Oh,
weeks
that
ago.
was the one. Okay.
That's yeah,
Okay,
that,
yeah.
that made it.
I was
to
like,
my-
because yeah, that's funny because
it didn't make it to the used wall.
Well, I
It made
saw
it to
that this
my
morning
board.
and I was like, oh, that looks like something Ike would want to get since it was, even lower than cost. So
Yeah. Oh, that's the last used one that came in. I took that. So between that and my Sweet Honey Overdrive,
oh, people are asking to see your guitar. I guess we could before.
You wanna
we
see
move
it?
on Too far? Is it just over there? I'll grab it. You can tell them, I guess, what it is or why you bought it. I guess.
all right. So anyway, if anybody, like I said, if anybody wanted to go to the charity event, I don't know if it's closed out, if it's sold out yet or not, but it's at the Soil Dove Underground here in Denver this Saturday night. So check their website and you can go there. And
Yeah, this is actually pretty sweet.
yeah, so here we go. There's my new. It's a Hamer. And this is one of the older ones. So here's the thing. If you ever want a 335, this one is actually a 25.5 inch scale. And that's why I bought it. And that's the one, that's what you're looking for. Get one of the Korean made ones with the serial number up here on the top. Those are the good ones. The rest of them are okay, but these are really nice. So there we go.
Yeah, it seems like a pretty sweet one. Well, and to be honest, like it's funny because it's basically the Heritage headstock.
Yeah.
It's like a 20-foot Heritage.
Yeah, and she plays nice. Now, the real surprising thing about this is I've been looking for one, and they got the Chinese ones. There's two different other areas they put serial numbers. You'll get them on the middle and then down here on a sticker. Get the one that's like that. Made in Korea. Those are the good ones, okay? 25.5 inch scale, which is different for a 335. And then, so it's got Duncan designed pickups in it. So you'd think Duncan designed shite, right?
Or meh at best.
Yeah, or meh.
Yeah.
Also,
They actually sound good.
They sound really good.
Yeah.
Really good. With a little bit of overdrive, sounds really good, even clean. Really cool sounding. So I'm super happy. I kind of wanted the tobacco burst, but these don't, I can't find them on Reverb. Very particular years. Don't show up very often. So this one, they usually go for like $800 or $900, which is crazy. This popped up for $450 with $75 shipping, which was probably more than
an SKV case. So.
Yeah, probably more than what needed. But it was a mom and pop shop, and it was still $450. It was super fair with an SKB ABS case. So there you go.
Sorry, the chat broke for a second again. There we go. Oop. All right, let's see.
I wrote a song about it. Want to hear it go? Dylan's trying to work the chat room. Can't make it go.
Keeps disconnecting.
Ow! But this thing sounds good. I can't wait to get home.
Let's see. Oh, seems to be working. All right. Yeah, so yeah, if you guys have any other topics up for discussion, I'm not sure if anything, I don't feel like anything odd happened in the guitar verse this week, but maybe.
Yeah, I don't know. Did any interesting things happen in?
That we may have missed, I guess.
Yeah, that we didn't notice while we were dealing with all this crazy madness.
Yeah, because I think we were talking about the poorly named PRS pedals last week.
Oh yeah, the
so.
soup. What is it? Oh,
Horse meat and-
the horse meat.
Yeah.
We haven't. Oh, I don't know if they've released that one yet, so I don't know if I could say it.
Oh yeah, what, the horse meat?
No, the other company that we were giving shit about the name to.
Oh yeah, no, we probably shouldn't have about that one yet.
Yeah, there's another company that we love the dudes and they make great stuff.
Yeah, watch future videos for us talking
Yeah,
shit about
we'll talk shit about the name.
Yeah.
The name. Who names some of this shit? And I didn't get that one either.
Well, like I said, it seemed like a lot of people have concluded the same thing I did. The horse meat just makes you think they beat a dead horse to the point that they now have the meat. So that's the way I'm like. I feel
is
like
it a
that's
tube screamer?
that's the most polite way you can take it. Tube screamer and or clon, but I would assume
Yeah.
more clon. They killed the centaur and now they're chopping it up for horse meat.
So, horse
Something along
barbecue.
those lines.
Horse barbecue.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. So yeah. Let us know if you saw anything that's in newsworthy this week. I did see that the Grateful Dead is going to do, or the Dead and Company's only doing one last tour, and I know half of you guys, or more than half, are probably like, "Who gives a shit?" But if you want to go see that, next year seems to be the thing.
Your last chance.
That's going to be your last chance. They're playing Folsom Field in July. If it was at Red Rocks, I'd definitely go. Folsom Field, I just feel like number one, I got to go to Boulder.
Yeah.
I don't want to go to Boulder.
Well, actually, why is it not at Red Rocks? I mean,
That's
the way to
it's
go.
not big enough.
Yeah, but that's the way to go out. Do a couple nights at Red Rocks, and like that's the way to go if you're gonna go.
Where you at?
No, Darrell's in there. Hey, Darrell. Man, we gotta show him here. He hasn't been here yet, has he?
Well, he can. He hasn't seen it.
Yeah.
Come around. We'll bring you over to the new shop, man. You get
Yeah.
first dibs.
Yeah, we're gonna mark out a spot for you, so you can just sit there and dispense shit at the counter.
Yeah, we gotta find it. We gotta find a spot for Darrell just to
It'll be like
bird's eye to just give everybody shit.
Yeah.
It'll probably be right in the front like normal.
Yeah.
We'll get you a nice cushy chair.
All right. Let's see. As you
Yeah,
guys
what do we got?
Yeah, I was gonna say any other. Yeah. For Burful was talking about the Fender Vintage 2 guitars, which we actually sort of spoiled like a month ago.
Yeah, I think we
talked about them and like I think
I didn't realize
it was
that
before they were announced, so nobody watched it, so nobody didn't really end up in offending anything. But yeah, those actually do look pretty cool. They're spendy, but they seem pretty cool. I mean, it is basically what people have been asking them to do for the better part of 25 years, though.
Well, I mean, it's basically your take on the American original. Basically, what
Yeah.
they've done is take the American originals that they were already making, and we're like, what we should do? We should call this the American Vintage Pro 2 Super Duty.
Well, I like that they're not just doing like 60s, 50s, 70s. They're doing like specific, like this is a reissue of a 73, this is a reissue of a 57, and it has all the stuff that you would expect from the period, in terms of colors. Because like even that 73, I mean, it looks just like the one Robin Trower bought in 1973. So it's like that was kind of cool to see, some nods to the exact colors even of those years.
We got a few on order, so we'll see when we get them though, because some of them aren't going to be until next year. We won't see them. I already looked at my Fender portal, and they won't be here till 2023.
Sorry if I keep rubbing my nose. I got like a mustache hair having a conflict with the nostril hair.
He's got cocaine mustache.
No, there's like
been a
some
busy
kind of
week,
fight
man.
between a nose hair and a mustache hair, and it's just like all.
Yeah, they're in there.
Yeah, they're like dueling. Like, this is my spot. Yeah.
I hate when that happens.
It really is annoying. Some smartass in the chat will just tell me to shave though, so no.
No, maybe not. The popularity of the beard is pretty amazing. So.
Oh yeah, the new pedals. So yeah, we were actually aware of the cattle and bread stuff. We were just kind of waiting until those were announced too. But yes, I think that's kind of their take, sort of, on kind of doing like a 3 series style release, which makes sense.
So Cattle and Bread's doing those.
Oops.
Also, I just saw Wampler's announced that $99 pedal too. So here comes the wave.
The wave of $99 pedals.
Here comes the wave of $99 pedals. Now, we're gonna have to see how they sound. I mean,
I think everybody looks at
3 Series
JHS and assumes that they must just be really raking it in with those. So now everybody's gonna jump on it. To me though, what's that gonna do to like some of the other, like the rest of the? Because like we're already sort of having an issue, like as things get cheaper, like the ability to repair them is more difficult. It's almost like they're made. I don't want to say made to break, but they kind of are. Like you could replace it. You could replace one of those cheaper than if you had somebody service it.
Right. Well,
Which is crazy. So,
I mean, who knows? I don't know. I don't know. Time will tell on that.
I just hope it doesn't dent the quality of the industry, as a whole. You know what I mean?
Well, I think they're going to pull out. I mean, I think JHS is still going to make the quality pedal at $99 that they're going to make at the higher level. It just
Well,
doesn't.
yeah,
have
but if this,
less components and they're getting.
I'm more worried
Who knows
about,
where
like,
the cost gets cut?
well,
you
that
know?
was what I'm worried about is like, okay, so like the SM57 and SM58. There is a
Right.
prime example of something that's been made for eternity, pretty much the same parts. The price has basically been the same for forever, but that margin just gets thinner and thinner.
Smaller, smaller.
I can't imagine that the pedal companies are not gonna immediately start as things start needing to get cut. They're gonna go for cheaper and cheaper parts, which is gonna result in, because like that's something like we already noticed with some companies that have incrementally gotten bigger. Like kind of they can come down in quality because it's not, somebody's not literally hand picking that stuff anymore. It's just kind of
Right.
more mass produced, which,
Well, there could be
you
other
know.
there could be other areas too, in which they could save dollars. Number one, just so I'm going to think outside of sort of physically stuff. The R&D. I mean, they might go, hey, here's a more simple circuit.
Oh yeah,
You know
like
what I mean? Like,
here's,
here's a
like
more
the-
simple
like a
circuit that we
flanger.
don't really
Yeah.
have to go. We don't have to go nuts trying to do all this spacey shit and digital MIDI and programmable presets. It's like this is super basic. This is based off of a Phase 90, let's say, and they're gonna just tweak a couple things. So they're not really putting a ton of R&D in it. They want to make it sound right, but they're not putting a ton extra in it. So there's one option to save a little bit of dough.
Well, and,
But then the pedal themselves, like
Quantity.
the box,
yeah,
you know,
the paint job and the
is
quantity.
is the graphic going to be something that they're going to try to save money on? Are they going to try to do maybe
Well, if you do
maybe the
m-
metal is thinner walled metal than
Well, if you do more of them, it automatically brings that. Because if you're doing everything with the same print job, and you're doing thousands of them instead of hundreds of them, then
Right.
it could get cheaper. But yeah, I guess my main worry is just more about the parts. Like because I feel like the industry already is starting to reach a point where you have a lot of companies that are competing for those price brackets, and therefore the selection of parts, unfortunately, is getting worse with a lot of companies, not better. And so it's like that's my only worry is that like as that becomes more of a bracket, which maybe it'll be its own thing. Maybe that bracket will be its own kind of, the starter bracket, and that might be the better way to build that stuff, and then still making the others. I just don't want it to influence, I guess, the
main.
lines.
And here's another thing: like some of those things, they could also outsource that. And
That's
say,
true,
here's
too.
the circuit.
That's true, too,
You
yeah.
make it for cheap, and we'll just sell it and
Mark
say,
it under their name or whatever.
just like anybody does,
That
like
makes
Gibson
sense.
does with Epiphone or Fender does with Squire.
Well, even Fender does it with Fender with their
Well,
own,
yeah,
with
Fender-
their
right,
with their
but-
own stuff. Yeah, so yeah, it
You know,
makes
it could
sense.
be the lesser line.
Yeah, or
You know,
even
you
having
have
like
your German-made Warwicks, you have your rock-based made Warwicks.
Well, even
you know.
Fender, they don't make their pedals in the States, but yet they're kind of in United States price bracket. But
Right, that's what I'm saying. Like
yeah.
that might be the route that they go to. I mean, I don't know. I don't run a pedal company, so I don't know.
yeah, no, nothing here was saying he thought that the new Callan bred ones might be 150. That part I'll have to double check after the stream. I don't have that in front of me right now, but we could look at that, and I do agree one knob distortions and overdrives is a little odd. I don't know though, are they doing internal pots?
I don't know. I didn't get that far.
Because to me, like that would
I
kind of
didn't
make
order
sense.
any yet.
Well, because it would be pretty cheap to take a set of pots and just have them be
Yeah.
on the inside, and then you just have one volume knob after you've kind of got your sound. I think it's odd, but I think you could get away with it. Like I could get away with that. Like if
Well, I
'cause
mean-
most of my drive stuff, like I'll change settings on the amp usually before I will the pedal once I've got it
Yeah.
sounding the way I want. So
That's kind of
yeah.
You can tweak it a bit.
Let's see. Am I missing anybody else's comments here? Oh, Charles popped in. Hey, Charles.
Yeah. What's up, man?
Paul McNary popped in. Hey, Paul. How's it going? Let's see. So Ben says, or is asserting that the only good one knob pedal is the Phase 90. I would say the Acapulco Gold's pretty
Yeah, I was
damn
gonna
good.
say
Yeah.
that's a good one knobber.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. If we're subtracting boosts out of like if we're gonna
Well,
subtract
yeah,
boosts
doesn't
from
work,
that,
because
then,
that's
yeah.
all it is.
Yeah. But honestly,
Essentially.
like, you could take a BF2 Boss flanger. If you wired all that shit to one knob, you could probably get away with it pretty. Because, I mean, most of the time, like, with those, like, kind of do the thing, and you're just turning the, how present do you want it? You're not really, like, trying to, you know, explore the subtleties of flange with a BF2.
Flange,
you know? Yeah.
extra flange.
Yeah.
Right on. What do we got here? Did we ever mess with the Marshall code stuff? We are a Marshall dealer now. We've kind of been. We just don't have. What we did have, we sold quickly. We're waiting on some new orders.
Yeah.
Some of that stuff we're waiting on until we get to the new place, just because we don't have the room.
Well, Chaos is Ben, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's Ben.
So yeah, Ben says he's having a quarter life crisis, which is mind blowing to think, because I mean he was just a wee lad coming.
When he first came in the shop.
But he says he's having a quarter life crisis, needs a solid state combo amp, and he might just get a Katana. Honestly, Katana versus Code, I would go Katana. Like, yeah, I mean the Code, it's not bad. It's kind of, to me, I would actually say a safer matchup would be the Marshall Code versus the Black Star ID cores. Those are a little more like on each other's level, whereas I would say like the Katana is like one tier up to me.
I'm in Katana forums, and sometimes we get these guys that, I can't get it, I feel dead, complain, and I go, I don't know, maybe you just can't ever dial in a good tone, because, I mean, even off the panel, you can get a pretty damn decent tone,
I mean, as is,
without even jumping into Tone Studio.
Well, that's what I was gonna say. Once you're in the Tone Studio, you can do anything with it, pretty much. And that's one thing I really can't understand, because you can do your own EQ curve on the amps, but then you can also throw in a parametric EQ, so you could customize that further. So, like, if you can't get a good sound out of the Katana, I feel like it is more of a you problem than not. It's like it's just your ears, or maybe your perception of,
or maybe your room. Or
that too, yeah. Because I was gonna say, the Katanas are amazing for the money, like.
Yeah, for the dough.
I mean, honestly, think about how much of the market would have never existed back in the day if the Katana, like if you plopped the Katana down in 1980, and that was like the go-to.
I don't know. In 1980, do you think the tube snobs are?
They might have, but I'm just saying, like an amp with that many features, if it had existed then. I mean, obviously, I know the Tone Lab and all that wouldn't.
Well, if it sounded as good as it does.
Yeah, it's like imagine how much of the market might not exist if that amp had been around then. Because like that thing to me is kind of a modern classic. I mean,
it's a killer amp. I mean, for the dough, for like the 50, you're looking at like $270. I mean, it's
stupid.
It's still $270, but $270.
Yeah, but it can. I mean,
is nothing for what you get.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it has a lot of capabilities. You could use it. You could use it all over the place.
Well, it's perfect for home use. It's perfect for rehearsing. It's perfect for gigging if you need it. Like, I mean, you could get pretty far with just a guitar and a Katana if you had to.
Yeah, I mean, I got my Blues Junior set up over here with my board right there because of rehearsal last night, but I've been practicing at home with the Katana. And I kind of got them very similarly dialed in. And you got all the secret shit you can get on with the Katana. You could find the secret unlocks in there.
That and even just the fact that you can customize the amp EQ curve and then add your own EQ to it. Like, you can get your own sound out of that, because the speaker itself is nice, kind of a flat speaker, so it's not like the amp itself is just steering it one way or the other. It's like, it's not just a blues amp, it's not just a jazz amp, it's not just a metal amp. Like, I feel like it does all of those things pretty damn well. The only thing I would say is, like, it just, and this would honestly go across the board, I would say certain fuzz pedals don't necessarily agree with the Katana, but I would say fuzz in general into solid state. Yeah, well, fuzz, especially in the solid state, just doesn't.
Yeah, it can be ornery with certain shit.
Yeah. I think for some reason, like fuzz and tube amps, they're made for each other. Outside of that, it's hard to get the same sound. But
it was funny because Shane was playing bass yesterday when I got home last night after rehearsal, and just buzz. I'm like, you gotta get an isolated power supply for that.
Yeah.
He's like, what? I go, the buzz. You hear the buzz? Yeah. I don't know how to get rid of it. I'm like, you gotta get a power. You need an isolated. I'm like, I'll bring a Finch home.
That is funny.
Yeah, because it was just bothering. As soon as I walked in the room, I'm like,
60 cycle.
Yeah, because he was playing a jazz. He was playing a jazz bass, or
Oh.
no, he was playing a P bass.
Oh yeah,
So-
so just fuzzy as shit. So Rody's asking if we have ever, or what our thoughts are on the Marshall GSL 50. I mean, honestly, that's another one in terms of the tube amps. To me, it's kind of so like Fender has the Blues Deluxe that's in that. You know, well, depends on if you're getting it new or used, but it usually falls in that 700 to 1,000 range now. The DSL's kind of, to me, is the Marshall equivalent of the Blues Deluxe. Like
It's still affordable, but it has.
yeah, but it does all the stuff you want out of a Marshall. Like
I like
yeah.
the DSL series.
Yeah, yeah.
Personally, I think they sound pretty good. You can dial in some really good.
Yeah.
I think you could dial in some really good tones with one.
Yeah, and I mean, it does all the things you would expect out of a Marshall, pretty much. Same thing, like I said, Blues Deluxe is kind of, to me, is the similar thing for Fender. Like, it's the one that's, you know, right at the right price bracket that most people can get into it if you're going to get, like, your first tube amp.
Yeah, I mean, I prefer the Blues Deluxe.
Well, yeah.
I mean, in the Fender line, like, I think if you need something with
yeah.
that kind of power,
Well, especially
the
compared to
Blues
the hot
Deluxe
rods,
is,
yeah.
everybody seems to love the fucking hot rods.
Yeah, no, I think the
I'm
Blues Deluxe
not
is
saying
a
that they're
better-
shit, don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But I think the Blues Deluxe,
Pound for pound, I think, is a better amp,
is-
yeah.
I think it's a better way to go, personally.
Yeah. Now, granted, everything we do is kind of based off of our ears and what we hear at the shop every day. So for a long time, we had a Blues Deluxe and we had a hot rod, and we had them next to each other for a long time. And every time, like, the Blues Deluxe generally always sounded better.
Outpaced.
Yeah.
Yeah, we outpaced the sales of the
Especially
hot
for
rods.
pedals, like, especially for pedals, because something about the hot rod's EQ curve, it's kind of like blackface Fenders where, like, there's something going on in the mid-range that just doesn't agree with everything. Whereas I feel like the Blues Deluxe is a little more neutral. Like
Hot rods feel bright to me. Like,
Well, they
I
feel
always
like-
there's a top end thing that just
well, that
is a
and then the
little bit too
low end
much.
also feels uncontrollable. Like
Yeah.
that's the problem I feel like with hot rods. Whereas like the Blues Deluxe, the low end never feels flubby to me usually.
Yeah.
But
The best thing, I mean, if you're looking for something relatively affordable, get a used Blues Deluxe and get the Frommel mod and put that on there.
yeah, because that'll make the drive channel more usable.
Oh, the
and-
drive
yeah.
channel then actually sounds really
Yeah.
good, and you can work it.
Yeah.
Because otherwise, the standard isn't bad, but it's a little meh.
Yeah. Oh, Gary Redburn joining the chat. Hey, Gary.
Hey, Gary.
So, sorry, pause there. Ben, Professor Chaos is
for
asking.
beeping.
Yeah.
Pause for beeping.
He was asking, which is, it just keeps going. But he was asking if the Katana has as many effects as the Line 6 and Code stuff. I guess I would have to look, but I can't imagine it doesn't have as many, if not more.
Yeah, I mean, you can get in the Tone Studio and
Well, yeah, and
basically
literally
pull out
every
whatever you
pedal
need.
that Boss has ever made, I think, is in there now, pretty much.
And you
I
can-
mean,
like you
a
said, you
version
can-
of it, yeah.
you can manipulate. You can manipulate all that stuff too.
Yeah. Probably one of my favorite things about the Katana too is like, so it has a Marshall Governor pedal in the software.
Hello, Governor.
So you can take that and you can actually use that as like the start of your preamp on the booster section, but then you can actually dial in specific EQ that was never on the original Governor. So like you can actually kind of saturate the low end and kind of almost like hot rod a Governor sound. And to me, honestly, like it's better than like the gainy sound on the amp as is. So that's one of my favorite things on there. Just the fact that you can edit stuff that wasn't even in or even like the Tube Screamer. You can add all the low end back on the
out,
Tube
yeah,
Screamer.
back
Which I'm
into
like,
it.
that is, yeah, I'm like, why don't they just, they should, honestly, Boss should probably just release another version of the SD1 with a bass
I was
contour.
gonna say,
yeah,
that's what it is.
Well, yeah, it's like just do another version of the SD1 with that low end contour or something. That would be pretty sweet. But,
Yeah, because the way I use my Katana is I have it on clean, but then I kick the gain up, and then I kick the boost.
yeah, that's what. Yeah,
That's the-
and I use the Marshall or the Governor setting on the boost.
Yeah, see, I got a friend of mine that, well, I know him through the interwebs, and he needed something to practice. I said, get the Katana, man. For the price, you could just.
Yeah.
And he goes, well, and I go, all right, go to a music store, because he's like, I don't remember where he is, Tennessee or something like that. I go to a music store. Here, use these settings.
Yeah.
I go, and then you tell me what you think. And so that's what he did. He went out and bit a gain, put the boost on clean, spring reverb, little touch delay, and he's like, "Yep." I bought it.
Yeah.
I go, well, that's it. That gives you that bluesy, grindy, dirty overdrive tone that just works really well. So.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. What else we got?
Just kind of everybody saying hi and all that. I'm trying to. Oh, I guess Boss did. I forgot that did announce this week with just the DS1, the Waza version, which
Yeah,
I am
people
actually
are
surprised.
Yeah. I'm like, all right, let's see what it does.
Well, I'm surprised they didn't put it out before, because like if they're doing what I think they're doing, which is basically the Keeley mod, they're just putting that on the pedal. If that's the case, like the Keeley mod at DS1 is actually awesome. So it's like if that's what it is, I'd be happy with it. But yeah, I think it was kind of funny that like the one that probably everybody expected first is like the the 8th or 9th one now or something.
Well, I'm sure they had that plan all along. They're just waiting to get,
Well,
they got to slow. Everybody's like got their little releases and got to get
Right.
the hype back up on the things. And
Yeah.
hey, look, we're doing the new Dookie of Town.
Oh, yeah, there we go. So nothing here through. Apparently we missed one of his questions. I think the chat keeps kind of messing up. But anyway, he asks experiences and opinions on mixing speaker sizes such as 12s with 10s or 15s with 10s, 12s, 50s. So just mixing speaker sizes, speaker types. I actually do it all the time. Like my favorite thing is 15s with 12s because I think 12s have this snarling mid-range that's a little more like sizzly, and 15s will like fill out a room like you wouldn't believe. So to me, like 15s with 12s is like now I know it's ridiculously huge. Like you're because I think you're sitting there like, oh, I just need my Pro Junior. But
much.
yeah, it is ridiculously huge, but it's like also awesome. So. Because I mean, like the low end and like I don't know, the fidelity. If you haven't tried 15s for guitar,
They do sound good.
Yeah, I
Don't
was
get
gonna
me
say,
wrong. I'm not
yeah.
shitting on it.
I think just heavy.
I'm
and
just
hard to
not
move.
carrying that shit around anymore.
Yeah, but yeah, no. To me, it's like 15s are. It's like I don't know. It's like playing in surround sound or something. It's like something happens to where like you go from being this little woody box to just this big, huge tone. So if you need like sonic landscapes, go with 15s.
So
Yeah.
that'll be the mountain.
Yeah, so you can cover huge tracts of tone.
Huge tracks of tone.
But yeah, I mean, I think one of the most common combos, even
10s and 12s.
Well, I was gonna say 10s and 12s. The other one would be for 10s and 15s for like a lot of bass guys will do like a 1x15 with 4 10s above it.
Yeah,
I think
'cause then
that's a
you're
great
getting
combo. Yeah.
That's getting that. But you said it's hitting the big area, and then the 10s get that punch.
Yes.
Kind of like the Gensler setup.
Yeah, no, I'm a huge fan of mixing speaker sizes because it's like each one has its merits, and then the two combined is way better than one or the other.
Yeah, yeah.
Because like especially it's something especially with mid range, like playing around with 10s and 12s, and then having a 15 in the mix. Because like 15s are kind of I don't know, they don't flinch. Like like 12s, like you can kind of feel when the speaker is kind of like, I don't want to do this anymore. Yeah, the speaker's like, oh, to help me, I don't want to do this anymore. Whereas like 15s are just like, yeah, come on, keep going. Yeah. Like 15s are
it's
like,
one of the meme where he's the guy smoking. You know, like 15s are like,
exactly,
give me something.
Yeah, 15s are just, they're unflinching, and they're like, it's just like, it's one of those things, I guess, too, like you can be confident with 15s when you dig in, like that punch is there, and it's just better than it is with 12s. It's hard to describe if you haven't heard it, but the two combined is where it really happens. Because like the mid range that you get with 12s, and even like Ike said, like with 10s, even like that focused punch on top of like the big wide sound of the 15s. Those are pretty sweet. The only thing I haven't tried before is like 18s. Marshall made like a series of 1x18s at one point, and I never tried one of those. But
I don't even want it. My back. It's like, no, we're not. Yeah. We don't need those. But I would say experiment with it. You know, like if you have cabs and you have an opportunity, try it out.
Yeah.
Well, you could make a 212 with a, 212 with a 15 and a 12, or a 12 and a 10. That would actually be I think a 10 and a 12 would be reasonable on a vertical 212.
Well, yeah, you could even
know
do
what I'm
if you did an offset kind of diagonal setup, you could have like a 15 and a 10 or a 15 and a 12, and just have a slightly oversized offset cabinet. That would sound great.
That's still too much shit for me to be carrying around. But
Yeah.
'cause my
Yeah, see,
loading on
nothing here
Saturday
says
is
it's
gonna be
the
easy.
we don't need a bassist guitar cabin. Yeah, basically, but
Kinda.
now that Jake is actually playing bass, he's also using 15s. So it is actually kind of fun to be able to just take up more of the mid range now. Because Jake tends to he kind of likes that almost velvety kind of bass tone, like the almost where it's sort of like not stand up, but kind of has that stand up
That
sound.
smoother, deeper sound.
Yeah,
to
so
it.
he does that. So now like it's kind of cool because like now that we're not competing for any frequency ranges, it's like I can whenever we practice here, especially I can hear him crystal clear now, which is nice.
And this room sounds good.
Yeah.
All right, what else we got?
Oh, there's Terry. Hey, Terry.
What up, Terry?
Let's see. Said he got distracted doing something. Okay.
I was gonna say I was gonna make a comment, but I'm like, I'm gonna keep
So in
it.
a lot of ways, you could left that open for us to take that, Terry. So
I was gonna say something, but
if this is a fill in the blank portion of this evening,
yeah. Insert sarcasm here.
Yeah. So nothing here says other new thing this week was Gibson pickups for sale. Have they not been? Or is
I
it
don't
certain
know if
ones?
they've-
Is there a certain range that came out and I'm not?
I don't know. I'm not really.
Yeah, I was just saying. Go ahead, nothing.
Yeah,
if you
let
want
us
to tell
know.
us.
Yeah, let us know what.
'Cause obviously, I missed that. I guess
Because I
was
don't know. Wow, damn, this knife is fucking stabbing. Pen is stabbing me. It's like not the knife. That's not a knife. This is a knife. Yeah, I got stopped the other day when I was dropping off the post office. Hey, mate, that's great cheap there, eh?
Oh,
What
that's
good
funny.
deal thing over here? This fucking crazy Aussie just rolls up on me and starts jacking
funny.
me up. All right, look at that. What you got? Only 2 inch left there? Oh, right, mate. There we go. We're up there. No, Clear Creek there. And I'm like, fuck, dude. Would you get free coffee this morning?
That's right.
Yeah.
He was all hopped up on Jeep proximity. Yeah.
Yeah, he was pretty cool. I got a new Jeep this week, so I'm super
Yeah.
excited about that. I can't show you that because I'm driving the Van of Doom today.
Okay. Oh yeah. So Terry said he wasn't doing any of those or any of those things, but he was messing around with
Right.
the voice recording he did.
Right. It wasn't a free Pornhub weekend or something.
Yeah. He's making sure he gets his quota in
Ah,
before
damn,
it's
I
up.
did say it. Ah.
Oh, okay. So Ferd Burfell's saying that right now Gibson's selling all of their pickups fairly cheap.
Oh.
Huh? Any particular reason? They're like, shit, we're going bankrupt
Yeah,
and
we-
sell the pickups.
Sell the cheap shit.
Yeah.
I mean, I would.
Well, just
consider
say, yeah,
those.
that wouldn't be you even get some like 335 pickups for. That'd be kind of sweet.
These kind of sound good.
They do actually
It's
sound
like,
good, though, yeah.
I don't know if I want to switch those out because I kind of like these, but
That is pretty cool, though. I mean, honestly, getting some like classic Gibson P90s or
yeah,
some
some
of the
P90s wouldn't be bad.
yeah.
Or, I mean, some of the humbuckers aren't bad either. I mean, I know people change a lot of that stuff out, but I don't know, man. Some classics in there.
Yeah. Brad Guitar Miller said that he had to drop out and didn't know if we saw his message, but he said he gets into Denver tomorrow and will be by over the weekend to ship something. By the shop over the weekend? Is that what that
By
means?
the shop.
Or by
yeah.
ship? By the shop over the weekend.
I think he's coming
I will
by
be by the shop. Okay, that's what he meant.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Well,
okay,
Dylan's
sorry.
going to be there.
Yeah.
I'll be around, maybe. I won't be there on Saturday. Sunday, I might be here working to get stuff done.
Yeah.
But if I am, go see Dylan first.
Yeah.
And then you can swing over if you want.
Yeah.
Kind of see what's going on.
Yeah. Yeah. I'll be there all weekend with the dudes.
Yeah, Dylan's working the weekend. Dylan's working for the weekend.
And on the weekend. Shit.
Everybody's
Chat
like,
dropped
please.
out again.
We're just like, please stop. Hey, Janice is in there, it looks like.
All right, well, it's telling us to connect to the internet, so.
Yeah, the internet dropped out again.
Yeah, so we can't see the chat. Hopefully this is still going, but.
Oh, so I think people are saying hello to Janice.
Okay. Hi, Janice.
You can't see the guitar, so it's just like odd noises.
Yeah. Just random little squeaks here.
So he says Gibson selling their pickups.
Oh,
the Stratosphere.
okay.
What?
So yeah. So it sounds like they're basically trying to sell them at or under what Stratosphere is doing, so that Stratosphere can't harvest the parts like they've been
What?
doing.
Do you, for real? Okay. Are you serious? Is that really? Do you have a source? And do you have a source that says that specifically? And I'm only asking because that's a pretty shitty Gibson thing to do. I mean, there's a company that's been around for a while, doing their thing. They found a little niche to make some money.
Well, right,
And now
and
Gibson's like, hey, we're gonna squash you.
well, I always thought, yeah, like
What
the
a
way
shit
the way
fucking
Stratosphere
place.
does
Sorry.
it. No, but that is like the way Stratosphere does it. To me, it makes sense. Like they buy the guitars and they probably buy them at I don't know if they're dealers, but
Yeah, they probably buy them at dealer.
yeah, so that's what I'm
Just take
figuring. And
them
then
apart.
they pull them apart and they sell it. You know, like I get that. It's not, but that's the closest you can get to getting like a body and then getting the pickups and the tuners and all the other shit you want that you can't get from Gibson.
They probably
So it's
started.
like,
Right. Well,
yeah.
they probably start. That's where my LPJ came from.
Right, right.
But they probably started that because, hey, here's all this stuff, and they're like, we can't sell all this stuff. What? Take the neck off, and let's take a couple apart and sell them for parts.
Yeah.
And they probably like, holy shit, we got a model here.
Well, I was gonna say, honestly,
And
Gibson
they-
could just, I mean, if they wanted to go full dictum, they could just
Just
do
sell-
that.
yeah.
Just start selling bodies, start selling the shit as.
They won't though.
No, but I mean, they easily could. That would not be that hard for them to do.
They too highfalutin.
Yeah.
They're too bougie to be doing that kind of shit.
Okay, so Terry's saying no. He's just saying that it could be a way to.
Oh,
but I mean,
okay.
yeah. But the conclusion is probably valid. Like they're not probably going to come out and say, yeah, just waving the finger at Stratosphere. But
But
that also I see
Stratosphere's
why.
so small compared to Gibson.
Well, yeah, but I can
Like
see
that
why
would be
Terry would
that
make
would be
the
a total
conclusion.
shit move though on Gibson's part. Not okay. So that's why I was saying like I
Yeah,
need
but that's-
confirmation on that.
That is
before-
still a valid conclusion, I think. 'Cause, like, yeah, that's probably who else would be eating into their parts other than Stratosphere.
Seymour Duncan, almost everybody.
Yeah, but like Seymour Duncan's not reselling Gibson parts. So
Yeah, I guess I see your point.
Yeah.
But still.
So yeah, Mark Hefner, he was saying that basically they're selling the new pickups at roughly the same price as they are going for used. So he thinks it's Gibson just kind of reading the market and adjusting. That could be it. I mean, that also, who knows? They could just be sitting on a stack of that shit, and they're just like,
Well, sales have dipped,
yeah.
in the MI industry over the last couple months. So maybe, because I think Fender's seeing that same thing. That's why they've done this map relief for the Squire stuff, because they got, part of it is because Guitar Center backed out of a huge order with Fender. So I think that's spurring some of it. But I think because of the dip in the market, maybe they're just going, hey, let's get rid of this other shit because we don't need it.
Right. Yeah.
But I don't know. I'd look at it the other way going, we already spent the money. Let's just hang on to it. We'll put them in all the guitars we're going to build over the next year or two.
Right.
But I don't run Gibson, so I don't know.
Well, no, but to me, like that would, I mean, in a weird way, it would make sense almost the way Fender did, like way back where they built, they had, at one point they had enough stuff that the cost of like, I think it was pickups. At one point they had made so many and saved enough money doing that, making enough early that it saved them like almost double by the time they ran out.
Yeah.
Because you were making stuff and buying stuff at
Like
at the
years
prices that were previously. So like if you could do that, that is the way to, like if you just had a stockpile and you got to clear, because especially with pickups, I mean, as long as you store them in the right conditions, like they won't rust, they won't, I mean, as long
Yeah.
as it's just a dry environment, you
Mine
could
are-
have them
Mine are
forever.
stashed in a drawer in my
Yeah.
workshop. They still work. While we got everybody here, hit the like button if you haven't. We'd appreciate it because all that stuff helps us out a little bit, gets us in the algorithms.
Yeah.
Here's an algorithm.
Played with some out of sync.
That's an
beeping.
It's algorithm.
Algorithm.
The sky is falling. Everybody's getting hot. Sorry.
Oh yeah, so Terry was just saying it was kind of similar to when Stratosphere was selling Fender parts, and then Fender all of a sudden started selling more bodies and stuff. Although Fender, like I think somebody in their marketing or somebody, like I think that was another case of somebody reading the market and it was like, hey, if everybody's gonna do this anyway, we might as well just start leasing or licensing out this shit, and
Well,
just we
then
might
it's-
as well get a little bit of profit.
Yeah, it's genuine
Right.
Fender parts.
Right,
And
because
that's
even
what people
Warmouth,
buy.
like, yeah, like you can get a Warmouth that says Fender on it, all, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like that's.
Well, it'll say Faker or something like
Well,
that.
yeah, but no, but I mean, I thought it was Warmouth. There's some company that had licensed, they make Fender necks.
Well, All Parts is a
Yeah, that was- yeah,
licensed-
yeah.
So I think Mighty might too. I don't know if they're still even around. I mean,
Yeah, so I mean, I think it's kind of odd because even like one of the guitars that when Isaiah Mitchell came in, that dude brought in one. It was basically like a reworked, licensed neck. Because I was trying to ask him like, "Well, this is a sweet neck," and I was like, oh, "Okay, of course it's not something that Fender actually makes."
Well, what's nice about Warmouth is that you can
Right.
get a soft V neck.
Yeah,
You know, you can get a maple soft V with a certain radius. You can
Right.
get exactly what you want.
right.
Otherwise, you're just kind of getting close enough.
Yeah. Oh, Terry was asking about your guitar since he wasn't on here earlier. So one more showing for the
One
group.
more showing. Hamer! The Hamer 335. So the deal with this, Terry, is and the reason I got it was it's a 25.5 inch scale. So that's kind of the big deal. I've always been kind of a Fender player, and the 25 inch scale is what I like, and giant bear paws. So it just feels better to me.
Yawning. I got tired all of a sudden. Just had a whole bunch of coughing, now I'm tired. Well, you know, I keep forgetting because I kept thinking we were going to be in here a little earlier. We still got to doom out your telly because now that I got the Strat done, we
Yeah,
can do
we
the
gotta
doom
pick
Strat and the doom telly and
We got to pick one of the tellies to doom out.
yeah.
And then we'll figure out which one's gonna, maybe that, I don't know, I just don't like the neck on that one. So maybe we just,
It's got to be one you're gonna play, I think,
Yeah.
honestly, like one of your thicker neck ones would probably, really though, actually, like a Telly Deluxe and C would be sweet.
I'll get on it. I'll find one.
Because if there was ever a Telly that was gonna doom, for sure,
would be a
that's the
Deluxe,
one. Yeah.
Well,
I mean, you could get away with a normal one, but that one for sure.
what I need to do is put a better neck on it.
Yeah,
And then
that'd be cool.
I gotta get one.
Yeah.
Oh, I got never mind. Oh, you guys don't.
Well, I was just saying, so nothing here was asking like single coil doom telly or humbuckers. What we were gonna do is like basically Ike was gonna doom out one of his, and then I had like this weird parts caster that is now it's actually kind of now one of my favorite things because it's one of those things like it all the ingredients don't really make a whole lot of sense, but it adds up to this amazing.
Really good.
Yeah, because it's these pickups that everybody would tell you are bright, shitty pickups when they're in the normal context, but if you put it in a lower tuning, it's exactly what it needed.
Right, it needs to kind of cut.
Yeah. Gonna do like a Doom Strat, Doom Telly, not like a shootout, but kind of just to see what they sound like and to let everybody see. Because I was skeptical. I kept thinking like the further I got into the build with it, that like maybe this is why
wasn't
people
good.
don't do this. Yeah, I was like, maybe this is why people don't do this. Because I was like, this doesn't sound good. It's muddy. Doesn't feel right. But kept with it long enough, and now it's like it's one of the most fun guitars I have to play now.
I'll see. I got like 6 or 8 bodies in the freaking workshop. Maybe I'll just, you know what I could do is take one of those and then just route it out.
Yeah.
Route it out for a deluxe. Maybe I'll take that Beetle Kill Pine.
Oh, that'd be a fun one too. Yeah.
Take the Beetle Kill Pine, route it out for a Telly Deluxe. I got some Reverend Rail hammers.
Oh yeah. That would be.
I
Yeah.
could throw that in there because
That'd be a
those
sweet
usually
setup.
cut nice, and then we put it in a lower tuning. I'll find it. I got one of those necks from Rob. I could just sand that shit down and put it in
Oh,
there.
yeah. Like
Those are fatties.
Yeah, that could be. That could be
Yeah.
the two.
All right. We're gonna get on this project at some point. We'll have it sometime in 2023.
Well, I was just say, yeah. Well, I mean, I don't know. I think we can even start when we get over here.
Once we get in here, though, we actually have room.
Well, and we'd have the ability to set it up and actually let you guys hear it while we're talking about some stuff, because that's kind of the idea in here is eventually we'll have it set up, so if we want to demo something or if we're talking about something, you guys can actually hear it, and it's not just...
Yeah, it's gonna be cool.
Yeah.
Once we actually get this room set. Next week, we probably have some progress in here.
Yeah.
I'd like to think
we're
it
getting
won't
so
just be
close,
this-
it's also
this
kind of
mess.
like my... I don't know, lately, is it messing with your head a little bit? The closer we're getting... I mean, I know that you're stressed, but like a different kind of messing with your head.
Well,
Because like
the
to
fact
me, like
that
thinking
in a
that
few
we're...
weeks we're gonna be in here, and
Right, and not
but
where
we're
we've
not-
been.
and we haven't even really. We've done some stuff, but we haven't. It's just a big undertaking.
Yeah.
So
Well, it is, and it's weird to me, like thinking about not being where we've been this whole time. Like it's just
I'm ready
really.
to fuck that place.
No, I am, but I'm also
fuck
like,
that place. I'm
yeah,
ready to go.
yeah. But in my head, it's also like weird to think about being anywhere but where we've been. You know what I mean?
Well, it's kind of like with the house you bought, your starter home, you raised the kids. You know
Yeah,
what I mean?
yeah.
You had some good times, had some barbecues. You know,
No, it is.
and then you were like, well, now we need a bigger house or something like
Well,
that.
and you're
Or
right.
you go-
We stand
like-
to have way more fun over here than we do over there. So
Yeah, I mean
like-
that's the legacy shop, and it's
Yeah.
been good to us, and it's a lot of fun. But I think it's like going. It's like, hey, we've lived in an apartment our whole life,
yeah. Now we're getting a house.
and now we're getting a house.
Yeah, that's true.
It's kind of that feeling,
Yeah.
like, okay, the apartments are fun, it's great, but we don't.
But now we can make.
Now
some
I don't have to
noise
go down
and-
2 flights
yeah.
to let the dog go take a shit.
Right,
I
right.
just open the back door and let him go.
Right.
That was the best thing when I bought my house. Like,
Yes.
yeah. So anyway,
100%. Actually, let's check the time. How are we? Oh, we got 3 minutes. So yeah, if you guys haven't liked, please go ahead and do that before you check out, since we're getting to the last couple minutes
yeah.
here. Because throwing a like in there and the comments and all that stuff really does help quite a bit. Helps everybody too. So especially like the other night I was watching Ben's show and only like 2/3 of people had put a like. Usually like it helps. It really does help a lot. So like if you guys are watching us or anybody else, make sure you throw them a like. Because I don't know, I forget about it a lot unless somebody says it. But if somebody says it, I usually throw it in there.
That's why I'm saying it.
Yeah. So yeah, my knees hurt. He says he punches the like button right in the face first thing.
Nice.
No,
Thanks,
no
man.
greeting, no hey, how's it going? Like button, just
Boom. Let's get this shit out the way. Yeah, bad note.
So Terry's asking one last question before we're out. When the new place is up and operational, when do you plan to shut the old store down?
So,
Like-
if it all coordinates properly, what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to shut that place down, take 2 days, move, and open up. That's gonna be, or a day, if we could pull it off. It depends on how much. We do have like this, I think, somewhat realistically unrealistic
Yeah,
view of how long it's gonna
Yeah, we have a
take.
realistic, potentially unrealistic.
Yeah. Because we got a lot of people that want to help us move, but it's also like we need to make sure that that's all coordinated. Because it's like, hey man, you coming to my show on Saturday night? Yeah, bro, I'll totally be at the show.
Well, that-
and then,
yeah.
and then, you know, half an hour before you go on, it's like, hey man, sorry, couldn't make it. Something came up. Oh shit, I was saving all these drowning puppies over at the lake, and
I know I
can't
said I
make
was
it.
gonna help you move your rig in, but yeah, I didn't make it. So have
Yeah,
a good show,
sorry,
man.
yeah.
You're gonna kill it. I know it. You guys
Yeah,
always do.
You guys are gonna be great. Yeah. So we're kind of like, you know, this does apply. A lot of people have offered and hope, and we know that some people are going to help.
Well, and the
But
whole
we're
thing
also
is-
in that thing where it's like,
Yeah, we basically got to do a bucket brigade kind of thing over the course of a mile. Essentially, is what it is. So that's
we're only
why,
moving
like,
a mile away.
yeah. So it's
gonna
like
be
it's not that
fairly easy.
hard, but we also got to get it coordinated. So like we got to get people, you know, bagging up and or boxing up stuff while other people are moving the stuff over here. So
And we
it's
have
gonna
to
have
have
to
a
be
set here that are taking them out.
yeah, it's gonna be a
Getting them back up,
multi-team
wiping
kind
it
of
down.
thing.
So it's gonna be interesting. All right, we got to wrap it up because Texas Toast Guitars is up next. So go and check out those guys because they'll be chatting for a little while. Yep, people have hit the like button. We appreciate all that. Go check out Dylan Talks Tone after you check out Texas Toast. And we've been Flipside Music, Great American Music,
Yes.
Great American Guitar Store. Yeah, that's it.
We've been us and you've been you.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. And let's all that stuff. And that brings us to 5 o'clock. So we'll catch you guys on the flip side.